All right, folks. You saw my predictions video on this channel yesterday. Today, we are reacting to the SAG Awards, the Screen Actors Guild Awards that should be telling as to what's going to happen at next weekend's Oscars.
Austin,
Yes, honey.
would you like a snack?
That was very quick. Yes, honey, of course I would. What'd you make for me today?
Before you get into your winners, I made a winner of a snack.
Oh, my God. Well, what
I
is...
dressed it up nice, too.
Okay. What is this?
It's a chocolate chip cookie with mini chocolate chips.
What do you call the presentation?
I don't know. You name it.
How about your knight in shining armor? Because I'm your knight in it's my knight in shining armor. Okay, thank you, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
It looks great.
Bye.
It really looks great. All right. You just wanted to go to bed really early. That's what you wanted. I told her at some point, and she did it immediately. Let's check it out. Here we go. Look at that. Okay. That's actually like, look at that. It's like the perfect looking chocolate chip cookie. When did you make these? That's
Milk the dog.
yeah, okay. It's disgusting. I gotta dip it in milk because I'm a child. Here we go. Mini chocolate chips?
Yeah.
Like, that's different. You don't ever do that. Oh, that's good.
M-I-N-I and M-A-N-Y.
Oh, mini and many chocolate chips. Oh, I see what you did there. That was good. Kudos. Kudos, babe.
Good night.
All right, Nat. She's like grandma. She's going to bed super. Okay, I love you, honey. Super early bedtime. All right. She came in at the main beginning of the video. These are phenomenal. Oh my God. Look, this is serious. We got to get serious, okay? Because it's the Screen Actors Guild. This is the last little thing we get before the Oscars. And if things go crazy here tonight, things could change big time. So what we're going to do, we're not only going to talk our way through this as it happens in real time. Now, I'm not watching and reacting. I'm watching upstairs, running down here, then reacting. Next weekend, we are watching and reacting the big Oscar ceremony evening. Hopefully, you spend it here with me that night. It's going to be so much fun. But right now, we've got to get into this first category. And so I need you in the comments. You already know what happened. What was I right about? What was I wrong about? How many predictions did I completely botch? I expect quite a few. We'll talk about the TV awards here and there, but you all know I'm in it for the movie awards. We're going to look at how the Oscar odds are being affected in real time over on Call Sheet to see what tonight's wins or losses are doing for the nominees. But our first category is Best Stunt Ensemble. They haven't announced it yet, so I'm going to go upstairs, but I'll be back down. All right, first award of the night is a win by your boy, the underdog. And I couldn't believe The Fall Guy was the underdog for Best Stunts. It's a movie about stunts starring stunt people, and the marketing was all about stunts. And it won Best Stunt Ensemble. What are the odds of that? I think it had only like a 32% on Awards Expert. It's been the underdog the entire way through. Now, we can't talk about Oscar implications because they don't have a stunt category, which frankly, I think is ridiculous. We need to spread the word. But I'm not surprised by this. I'm also not saying I went out on a limb for this prediction because it felt pretty obvious, even though you know how much I love Dune, and I would have been happy if that would have won. Heck, if Furiosa would have won, I would have been happy. So this wasn't my favorite movie of the bunch, but admittedly, I like what it was all about, representing stunt work, and featured a few really good stunts throughout the film. So not mad at it. We're 1 for 1. That's not going to stick around for long, I'm sure. And I believe Shogun won for Best Television Stunts, which is also pretty cool because that was my #1 show of last year. And so now we're going to get into the Big Gun Awards. I'm nervous, freaking out a little bit, but I'm excited. All right. Some time has passed. I've seen Colin Farrell win an award for The Penguin. That is so impressive, cementing himself as one of the best comic book movie villains of the decade, maybe even longer than that. So that's really cool, right? Shogun doing awesome. How about Martin Short winning a SAG? That's really sweet. I think they said that's his first ever SAG award. But we've got the definitive ending to 2 races a week before the Oscars even begin. It's over.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Kieran Culkin, Zoe Saldana, stamp it, ink it, write it down, tattoo it. That's the same as ink it. I ruined it. Somehow, the odds are even more in their favor now than they were before. And I'll tell you why for Best Supporting Actress specifically. A lot of people thought Ariana Grande had a chance here. And we talked about it in the predictions video. Ultimately, I landed on Zoe Saldana because of a few factors here. Ariana Grande just isn't to the level yet of where we're going to give her an award because we appreciate her. Plus, she's giving a great performance. Zoe Saldana is giving, well, she's the best part of a bad movie. So whatever that means to you, is that good? I guess, right? But she's got the history. She's got the background. She's been starring in blockbusters for years upon years. She's a great actress. All of that combined, plus a performance in a movie that's really bad, but it's far and away the best aspect of it. I think that is what led her in a lot of people's minds to run away with this everywhere. Ariana, other than one or two here and there along the way that didn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things, she is out of it. It's over. Zoe Saldana is your Best Supporting Actress this weekend and next weekend. And I'm not going to say I went out on a limb there with that prediction, but I will tell you, man, a lot of people were picking Grande. A lot of people, to where it was closer on Awards Expert than even I expected. And was Ariana the favorite? I can't even remember. Okay, Zoe was the favorite, but had a 54% chance. Ariana Grande, 44%. That's a lot of people expecting her to win. I never thought it would happen because, one, it hasn't really happened anywhere. Two, it's just felt like, and even voters were coming out and telling me, a couple people in my comments section, a couple people over on Twitter saying, Austin, I am a SAG voter. A lot of people are telling me Zoe Saldana, and this was after my video, in response to my video, feel good, Austin. Zoe Saldana is getting a lot of votes. And I'm like, okay, I feel better now because I was a little nervous, but I do feel better. But that's it. Let's go over and look at the market on Conclave because this has been a runaway victory for quite some time. But just following tonight's result, you can see kind of the little spike there for Zoe Saldana. 95% chance now to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress on Conclave. And you see Ariana Grande has just plummeted over the last 30 minutes to an hour because of this loss. This basically shot her chances to win with only a 2% chance, barely above Isabella Rossellini. And the reason why I'm not mentioning Culkin here as much, I mean, we'll talk about it. I guess we kind of have to, because he's got a 97% chance to win over on Conclave. The betting market tells all. And that's kind of all you need to know here, man. This is a runaway victory and has been for quite some time. I keep making this comparison. Divine Joy Randolph, last season, she just kept winning in supporting. And this is exactly what Kieran Culkin is doing here tonight. This cemented his victory. Congratulations, Oscar winner. Kieran Culkin, 97% chance. And it doesn't really even matter who number 2 is for next week, but they say Guy Pearce. To be honest, I think I have as good of a shot to win as Guy Pearce does. So, come on now. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh. Here we go, Austin. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Here we go, Austin. Here we go. Ooh, ooh. Man, if I'm this spot on with my Oscar predictions, we're going to have a fun weekend next week. We're going to have a fun weekend, y'all. We're going to have a... Listen, I went out on a limb. You can look at what awards experts said and people were voting Timothée Chalamet. I consider that going out on a limb because everybody had Adrian Brody. Everybody and the grandma had Adrian Brody just sweeping awards season. Just sweeping it. And I said, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. This was so close. I guarantee you it was so close because Adrian Brody has just been racking up awards. This is the first time Timothée Chalamet's won. And what did I say in my predictions? I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying this is the reason, but what did I say? I said, look at the campaign that Timothée Chalamet has ran. It's been fantastic. And the actor's body loves him. The voters love him. People are eating up everything that he's doing. Listen, I I think Adrien Brody gives maybe the best performance of last year. We're going to rank those performances this upcoming week. And hit the number one's going to be tough, but I'm going to rank all 20 acting nominees this year. Adrien Brody is amazing. Chalamet is also amazing. Chalamet has the history without the victories, right? And Chalamet getting this with his history. This is why the Ariana Grande argument didn't make as much sense, because she's massive in the music space, but in the movie space, this is really her only huge acting role that's garnered any awards consideration. Chalamet has garnered a lot of awards consideration over the years. This seems to be the most prominent of his roles in terms of, he's got a shot. And because he just won SAG, I'm not going to say he ruins Brody's chances, because Brody has it's been a Brody sweep thus far. I'm not going to rule Timothée Chalamet out of this. I'm not going to rule him out of this. I want to go look at the markets real quick. What are they saying? So the live trading market over on Kalshi currently has, look at that spike for Timothée Chalamet over the last 5 minutes. That is remarkable. Brody is at a 51% chance. Let's go just earlier today. Earlier today, Adrien Brody had a 76% chance over on the trading markets. Right now, Adrien Brody has a 51% chance. This win is massive for Timothée Chalamet. Now, I'm not saying Brody has a 51% chance in my book at this point. I still think Brody is the leader. Not spoil anything, but I'm probably going to predict him, unless I can talk myself into what Chalamet was able to accomplish here tonight. I predicted him, but unless I'm able to fully convince myself this SAG win is massive, so massive that it allows him to overtake Brody sweep, because we've been saying Brody sweep, right? I don't know if it's going to do that, but for the markets over on Kalshi to push Chalamet to that percentage chance, I mean, obviously 50 and 51 doesn't equal 100. The markets are a little bit differently. We're dealing in decimal points as well. But just look how close they are. Ray Fine, thanks for coming. Look how close they are. Man, this was huge. This was huge. For me, because my predictions are accurate, but this was huge for Timothée Chalamet, man. What's going to happen? This is big. I mean, I think it's not game-changing. Even though I predicted it, I was sitting and expecting when that envelope opened just now for Brody's name to be read out. So it's like, the acting nominees other than actress haven't been This is fun now. We're having fun. I'm having fun. I'm eating cookies. Also, shout out to Only Murders in the Building for winning. That was, you talk about a shock. I didn't see that come. Ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened before in the history of anything, ever, of all time. I am perfect. I'm perfect.
Oh, good for you.
I just know it's going to be ruined. It's going to be ruined by the last award of the night. And I'm bracing. I'm prepared myself. Wicked is going to crush my hopes and dreams. Crushed it into little tiny bite-sized pieces. SpongeBob reference. Demi Moore gets the victory. Sweet, sweet victory for Demi Moore. What a win. What a win. And so here's my theory where we're sitting right now and why I'm nervous, for Best Ensemble, but I'm also hopeful and confident that things go my way. My theory is that they're giving Ensemble to Honora because they didn't reward Mikey Madison because Demi Moore has everything going for her. The movie, the performance, the role, the narrative. The narrative is very important. The history and the fact that she's never been given an award like this or had acclaim for a performance of this stature. It's the perfect package. It's the Brendan Fraser package. I'm not saying wins so far, but I'm saying this is everything she needs, like the narrative, the career. She's finally done it. She's here. She's made it. And it's a horror movie, which is really cool. That's not like Brendan Fraser. But it's just really cool kind of where we've gotten. Now, I'm not saying Mikey Madison's out of it. I'm not saying that, but this is not good for her. This is not good. The thing that she still has going for her is right now Honora is still the far and away, like the best picture front runner, barring a Conclave victory. Barring a Conclave victory tonight, Honora has best picture squared away. Now, if Wicked wins, yeah, I'm not going to say fully squared away. I do think Conclave still has a shot, but then it's like, okay, Wicked wins, nobody loses, but nothing really happens. It doesn't move the needle, right? If Honora wins, it's over.
It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Me predicting Mikey Madison, if Conclave were to win Best Picture next weekend, wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Because yes, she has the BAFTA, but the other thing I have in my head is like, okay, Nora's going to win Best Picture, so Mikey Madison's going to be in the Best Picture winner. That's a good combination to have. But what if Honora doesn't win Best Picture? What if I predict Mikey Madison, and then it's like, no, Demi Moore would 100% win at that point. And so for me, Demi Moore has to be the front runner both prior to tonight and now. I'd say there's a big gap. Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. So, 75% chance now. Look at that for Demi Moore. Whereas 30 minutes ago, an hour ago, Mikey Madison, 50%. 50% for Mikey Madison, 42% for Demi Moore. And Demi Moore, with this win, has just exploded. No, she hasn't actually. She's fine. She gave her speech. She's fine. To the top of the trading markets. I get it, right? This is kind of where we thought it was going to go. Now, initially, if you saw my predictions video, I came back in and I changed my prediction. I initially had Mikey Madison because I kind of changed what my approach was. My approach was Honora wins Ensemble. Honora wins for Mikey Madison. That makes a lot of sense. But then I'm like, no, Honora could win Ensemble and still give Demi Moore her roses, and then that kind of keeps Demi Moore as the far and away frontrunner. You look at call sheet, she's the far and away frontrunner at this point. And so I do believe it's tighter than a 70-30 split, but not much tighter, right? I'd say there's still a fairly large gap. I'm going to go 60-40. That's where my brain's at right now. And I don't want to spoil what all of my Oscar predictions are going to be, but Demi Moore winning was so big for that race. I just believe this puts a stamp on where she's at right now as a nominee, and this was huge for me personally because I am perfect so far tonight. What's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen next. I need Honora. Honora, I need you to win. I need you to win. If it's Emilia Perez, I don't know what's going to happen. I may just go eat all of those cookies that my wife made. She made like 30. Do you all want one? What's your address? Feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for me. Someone feel sorry for me. We don't get them all right. You know what I mean? Like it happens, right? Sometimes it happens. You score 9 in a row and you miss the 10th one. You having a perfect game and you just choke. You choke in the heat of the moment. In the midst of the battle, you fail. You're a failure. I was feeling myself, not physically, although would have been more fun than that shit. No, listen, here's the thing. I was so confident when that envelope opened that it was going to be either a Nora or Wicked. Conclave was third. Obviously, it's the first category all night where I had the winning 1 and 3rd because it's the first one that I've missed. I had a perfect game, and I botched it because I'm an idiot. No, I think, look, a lot of people picked Honora to win. Okay, not alone here. Conclave was a very popular vote. Wicked, though, that was the one. A lot of people were choosing Wicked. You go over to the Culture markets before Best Picture, Best Ensemble, was announced, and Wicked was the one where everybody was just suspecting it to win. And for some reason, the only Murders in the Building win is the one where I'm like, okay, maybe Wicked could win, because it's just so far like, it's not a Best Picture frontrunner. People think it's going to win, but it's not one that's really going to move the needle anywhere. It's that kind of winner for me. And so it started to feel like that, but I've been so confident because I've just been winning this whole night. This isn't about me, obviously. This is about the Best Picture race. And it just got interesting. The Best Picture race just got interesting. And don't tell me it didn't, because it did. And I'm not saying I'm picking Conclave. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I could stick with where my head's been at for quite a while, and that's Anora. But, oh my goodness, Conclave wins Ensemble. After Anora wins casting, I know it's a different category, but it's similar-ish, right? It's similar-ish at the BAFTA, and Anora does fairly well at the BAFTA, which I didn't anticipate. Now, Conclave wins the BAFTA, which is huge, right? But Conclave is a British film, and not that that's what gives it the edge, because they're going to give it to the best movie, but still, like, okay, BAFTA's all it's got, and that's it, no chance. It's Anora's game to win. This is now a competition. And I'm not saying it's a big-time competition. I'm not saying it's going to matter in the long run. Am I going to change my vote? You'll see when I do my predictions here in a couple of days, probably Wednesday. That's what we're shooting for. Conclave has SAG, BAFTA, and pretty much a guaranteed screenplay win. That is a fairly hefty combination going into next weekend. Anora has got the Critics' Choice win, which doesn't mean as much, but it's got DGA, PGA, WGA. But I want to look at that DGA and PGA, and we'll make some comparisons. I have one in mind that we will make in my Oscars prediction video. We'll make some comparisons that are making me lean in Anora's favor right now, and I still consider Anora the front runner. But that is again a hefty combination of wins going into this weekend in Conclave's favor. So essentially, what I'm saying, this is a two-horse race. The Brutalist, I don't really think it has a shot anymore. If Corbet wins director and some other things happen, maybe. But this is Anora and Conclave. Huge night for Conclave. Massive. Also, Anora didn't get a win. Mikey didn't win. Obviously, Yura didn't win. So that's pretty big as well, man. A lot of things to think about. We all know what the ultimate point of all of this is. As long as Amelia Perez loses, we win. Okay? Don't care who wins. Just want Amelia Perez to lose. And, I wasn't crazy high on Conclave. So I'm not going to be super happy if Conclave wins, but I got to face the facts. I got to face reality. It is now a two-horse race. This is fun again. We're having fun. It wasn't fun a few weeks ago when everybody thought maybe Amelia Perez could come in and steal a victory. It's fun again. Let's look at the Best Picture race. After this, still heavy in Anora's favor, but you see it kind of drop off 10%, going from 74 to 64. Conclave at 22%, which to me still is like, I know The Brutalist was number 2. It's overtaken that, but there should still be a bigger gap between that and The Brutalist, I believe. But it's still given Anora the fairly decent, reasonable lead over Conclave. I'm curious to see where this goes over the next few days, though, when more people start going in favor of Conclave and kind of what it's accomplished. Thank you all so much for watching this video, man. This was a blast. What a night. Long night for me, short video for you, hopefully. Probably not. Thanks, honey, for the cookies and the milk. It was delicious. I'm going to eat so many. Thank you all for watching. Seriously, I'm curious to see how the markets on Call Sheet continue to shift. I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the Oscar race. I am all aboard the Oscar train this week, man. We're going to have video after video on this channel. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Leave a comment on this video. I'm having a great time, and I'll see you soon.